We're getting inspiration from shows like DIY's Man Caves. Jason Cameron is originally from Toledo, Ohio, but now lives in the New York area. He's a licensed contractor and a fix-it guru. Jason, though, got his college degree in criminal justice.
Good to see you, Vinny. Criminal justice. What am I doing?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm a lawyer and I'm doing this. So let's talk about, I saw this list you had of 4 things that you can do yourself. And I want you to explain to me how I can actually do these myself. Let's start with hanging my own drywall. Really?
Well, you make it sound tough, but it's actually not that hard. I talk to a lot of homeowners, especially doing the shows that we do, over 100 now, and a lot of them always ask, how can I save money, even if I'm working with a contractor? Well, you can hang your own drywall, because it's really just a matter of a cordless screw gun and some screws and maybe a utility knife. Hang your drywall. You don't have to mud and tape it, but you can hang it and then have somebody come in and do the rest. If you think about it, it's going to cost you anywhere from, if it's a large room, or if it's a whole house, for example, it's going to cost you 50 cents, maybe up to 75 cents per square foot, and there's 32 square feet per board to hang that. If it's a single room, it's going to cost you anywhere from $1.50 to $2 a square foot to hang that. So that's a lot of money you can save at the end of the day and put towards something else if you just decide to hang yourself. Bring some buddies over, some friends, give them a barbecue, and you can have it done in a weekend.
All right. Now, you also talk about installing tile.
Yeah, installing tile, that's something that we do a lot on the show. And if you watch DIY Network, a lot of the shows we talk about doing tile. Tile is pretty straightforward. It's really a matter of, you choose the right grout, you choose the right mortar and the tile, and the material doesn't really cost a tremendous amount. It's the labor that you're paying for. So when you pay somebody to do your tile, you're paying a bulk of that to labor. So if you decide to do that yourself, again, get a little bit of knowledge, watch DIY Network, go to our website, and you'll learn enough to be able to do a small job like a backsplash or a wall. Then you can move on to bigger projects. Because,
the first thing I'd have to learn, though, is the difference between grout and mortar.
Yeah,
right?
That's an important one.
Right?
That's an important one to know. Yeah, but if you watch our show, if you watch Man Caves, we explain that a lot about the difference between the type of mortar that you need to choose, to the thin set, to the mastic, and then the grouts. It sounds like a lot, but it's actually pretty straightforward. If you go to any of your home improvement stores, you can walk down the aisle, and they'll tell you exactly what you need for tile and grout.
Well, let's get a couple. Installing a floating floor and installing a pre-hung door. What's a floating floor, by the way?
Well, floating floors are really popular now, and basically what a floating floor is, it's a floor that actually glues to itself. It doesn't actually adhere to the subfloor, which is really important to distinguish. Hardwood floors and those things usually get attached to the subfloor. A floating floor floats on top, hence floating floor. They're truly made for the DIYer. So if you go to any home improvement store, they'll have a large selection of floating floors, and they're actually made just to click together. So they're very simple to do. You can get it done in a day or a weekend. It's a weekend project. Again, you're spending most of your money as a consumer having somebody put it down where you could just do it yourself. So for a floating floor, they're actually made to be easy to install. So why pay somebody $3 to $4 a square foot to put it down when you can do it yourself and save all that money and put it towards something else?
When you say just call a couple of buddies, maybe I'll call you because, we're friends now, right, Jason?
We're in New Jersey.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I'm from Jersey, too. Jason, great to see you. You can check out new episodes of Jason's show, Man Caves, Friday nights on the DIY Network.